welcome back to the online family program coming to you from the Sunshine Coast Health Center. My name is Sarah, and this is a 4-part series on relapse. And today is week 2, and we're talking about relapse prevention. So I just want to make something really clear though. When I'm talking to you families about relapse prevention, I'm not in any way inferring that this is your responsibility. Only your loved one can prevent their own relapse. But of course, there's things that you can do that are more or less supportive. So that's what we're talking about in this series. So last week we started talking about how a relapse actually starts in the person's mind about a week or two in advance of them actually picking up. And so we call this the relapse tunnel sometimes. And you might recognize behaviors in your loved one even before they realize what's happening. And this can be really helpful if approached in a good way. So I'll give you an example. Your loved one might start isolating or maybe not taking care of themselves as well. And if you have set up good communication guidelines in advance, you'll be able to share those observations in a way that hopefully doesn't come across as accusing or nagging, because we know that those don't go over very well. So that's some of the work that we do here at the Sunshine Coast Health Center during the family program weekend, is to start that open dialogue between the clients and their family. We also encourage clients to get support from outside the family, because sometimes the family is too close, and they don't want to unnecessarily alarm you, right? So whatever you can do to not overreact is going to help them feel like they can be more open and honest with you as well. So another thing that's really important to remember is that, actually the most important thing to remember is that each person is the author of their own life. And so when it comes to relapse prevention, as with everything, that's your loved one's job, right? Their recovery is their job. They have to live their own life. So, if you notice that you're checking on them or you're making demands of them, you're trying to do their recovery for them, try and calm yourself and step back, because we know that with experience that doesn't help. Ultimately, you just feel exhausted and they often feel resentful. So they have to live their own lives and you have to live yours, and that's just the facts. And also keep this in mind, that the most important thing for maintaining a stable sobriety is not all the recovery activities that they're going to get involved with. It's actually living a meaningful life. So sobriety needs to be more rewarding than drug use, right? And so a meaningful life is the best way to stay in recovery. And so a meaningful life is often derived in a big part, by our relationships. And so as a loved one, the best thing that you can do is to have an authentic and meaningful relationship with your loved one in recovery. So thanks for joining this week, and next week I'm going to talk about emergency plan if a relapse does happen. So I hope you join me then.